All right. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kina, and this is my channel with no name, okay? Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate the views. I was a little surprised at how many views that I got. The last time I checked, we were at 89 views, and I was like, what? Get out of here. For real. That's how I was. I was like, ooh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. You didn't have to, but you did. I appreciate you for real, for real. And also, I want to piggyback off the last subject, right? Because I know it's been some time since I posted a video. I'm inconsistent. I'm keeping it 100, right? Inconsistent, keeping it 100. But in the last video, I was talking about, how it can be difficult to make friends after 50. And this is the truth. It is the truth. But I got a comment, and the comment basically was saying, no, it's all ages, right? It's all ages. We are having difficulty with making friends. And basically, the comment was saying that people aren't authentic. And finding an authentic person is really, really hard in this day and age, right? And I had to really think about that because I always want to know the why. I want to know why. Why is it so hard to find a real person? Because I'm going to tell you, I have not found a real person in a very long time. It's very few people that I have found in the past 10 years have been real people. And I honestly sum it up to two people in the past 10 years that I've met have been real people. The rest have been, I don't know what they are. Okay. I just don't know what they are. I don't know what they operating on. I don't know what they drinking. I don't know what they eating. I don't know what's going on, but they're not real people, right? They're not real people. And when I say real, I don't mean like, oh, I'm keeping it 100. Remember everybody was saying that, and then they use that to say something about you that they don't like because they keeping it 100 when it's not true. It's just your opinion, right? That's how you feel. That don't mean that it's reality. I'm talking about people who truly don't know who they are. People who truly don't understand the person who operates in this authentic, whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? So I found that in the past 10 years, I met two real people. The rest, they just do what everybody else do. They say what everybody else say. They quote what everybody else quote. Okay. And they don't have an original thought, an original opinion. They're not original people, right? A little weird, right? A little strange. This has just been my observation as a person who is older. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, when I thought about it, okay. And by the way, if you under a certain age, you can definitely call me auntie. It's okay, right? I have thousands of ladies that call me auntie every day. I do a podcast for single moms, and I have so many nieces out there and sisters and cousins. Refer to me as a sister, a cousin, or auntie. It's up to you. So on you, whatever you want to do is good with me, right? But in my years of observing this, y'all know we've been told since birth how we should act. I don't even understand how they thought this was going to work. You have been taught from birth how you should act, how you should think, how you should dress, how you should talk, how you should everything. And if you went against what was going on, there was something wrong with you. But guess who always had something wrong with them? Me, right? People always told me, either they was like, you think you better than everybody, or you strange, you different, you weird, you eat strange, you just all of this stuff, right? And it was because I didn't think like the people that I was surrounded by. I didn't move like them. I didn't walk like them. I didn't talk like them. I love them, but I was different from them, right? And I learned early on that if I wasn't myself, I couldn't be happy. I just couldn't be happy. So I had to play this little game. When I was around certain people, I had to act a certain way, then I go back to being myself. So many people have to do that, right? Even down to clothing and fashion. We're taught how you got to look like somebody else. We're taught that if you are this way, there's something wrong with you. If you going against the grain, something wrong with you. So you got people walking around here with low self-esteem. They're not being themselves because of the opinion of someone else's. And unfortunately, a lot of the opinions started in their homes when they were younger, family members, then the neighborhood, right? We start with the family, then the neighborhood, and then culture, right? Tells you something is wrong with you, right? And I really was thinking about this, y'all. When I was younger, we got bused out to a school in another area. So I'm raised in the projects, right? I was raised in the projects, roaches and rats. We didn't have roaches and rats, but I was raised in the housing project, right? My grandfather, he was in the military, and they opened up public housing for the black soldiers, right? So he moved to Fort Greene houses with my grandmother from North Carolina, and they didn't stay that long. But when my mother then was being raised, they were raised in a housing project. They moved to a house. My mother moved into a housing project. All my aunts and uncles moved to a housing project, and they lived in that. So we was taught that's what you do, right? I was raised in a housing project, right? And in my neighborhood, it was predominantly black and Spanish, right? Black and Spanish. And we got bused out to a school in like an all-white neighborhood. Yes, we did. And it was one of the best experiences I had. I know people who they don't have the experience I had. Okay, that's your experience. But I got to learn about a group of people that I didn't have access to. I got to learn about cultural differences. Okay, because the culture is completely different. Back in the projects, you had to be fly. Okay, you had to have on all the fly clothes. You had to be fresh to death, or you got ridiculed for that. You got teased. When I went to school, I noticed they just wore like skippy sneakers. For real. They used to take their little notebooks and stick them in their back pockets, and they wore their little jeans and their t-shirts, and that was it. That was it. So I couldn't dress fly, y'all. So who was ostracized because she couldn't be fly? My mother wasn't having that fly stuff. No, that didn't work. she just couldn't see it, you know. Well, she couldn't see us spending certain money on certain things, and everybody else around us was. Everybody else around us was fresh to death. You hear me? They was like, that wasn't us. It wasn't me. So I liked the fact that they didn't have to worry about how they look, who looking at them. It wasn't you got to look like this, you got to look like that. It wasn't about that. The exposure to other cultures saved me. So I remember when I got me some Skippies. I was like, okay, this is within budget. Let me get these Skippy sneakers. Let me, put on just a pair of jeans, a pair of pants, and let me just chill. Let me just chill. I like that, right? And I remember going to see my friend one time, and this little boy was trying to talk to me, and he started teasing me because I didn't have on polo Skippies. We in the projects. Okay, what's up? What is up? Like, what's going on? But I noticed the cultural difference, and it was people from India, people from China as well, people straight from Italy and Israel. So we had this melting pot in that school. Every experience wasn't amazing, trust me, but what I picked up from it was I got to see how other cultures function. So I also got to learn about their music. And at the time, it was only R&B and hip hop, okay, where I lived. And I got exposed to Culture Club, Duran Duran, Um, let me see. It's so many groups. David Bowie, okay? All right, all right. And I love this music. I was like, it was light, it was cool, and I liked the music. I used to get ridiculed for that. And I remember saying, I'm not going to stop listening to the music that I like because you find it strange. So you see how they were trying to manipulate the kid from being herself, right? But they couldn't do it. I always had this backbone about me, like, you're not going to make me change. So had I not did that, had I did it, had I said, you know what, let me just be listening to R&B, you know, which I love R&B, I wouldn't have been exposed to other music. And I remember when Puffy started using the music. And people was like, oh, you heard that song? I was like, yeah, that's Let's Dance by David Bowie. You know, like, that's Police. You know, because I listened to other music. So I knew. But you're taught, no, you can't be yourself. You got to be the person that I think you should be. So when you do that, when you give that part of you away, you don't authentically know who you are, what you like, which is so sad because you got people that's older than me just figuring out who they are and what they like. That's crazy. I wouldn't do it. Even my mother used to be like, oh, you always listen to that kind of music. Do you like black music? And I was like, I like all music. I play instruments. Oh, I was in a band, y'all. You could tell me I wasn't a jazz flutist, okay, in my mind, right? I was going to play in the bossa nova jazz ensemble, okay? But even with my mother saying, you don't like our music, you know, that could have taken me down, y'all. That could have taken me down. It could have made me not be my authentic self. But I was like, I like all music. I like all music. And then when reggae hit, that's a whole nother story, right? When reggae hit Brooklyn, my stepfather used to bring me music home. He used to bring me, I used to have like this little record player, y'all. And he would bring me Gregory Isaacs. He would bring me the music, right? And I'm listening to the music and people's like, you like that? You know, there was something wrong with me for listening to something different, right? So I'm just telling these stories to let you know that we have been taught from young, and I'm just giving you my experience from the 90s, from the 80s. We were taught you can't like yourself because there's something wrong with you. You're too different. You're too strange. There's something wrong with you because you like yourself, because you got introduced into something new and you like that. You want to gravitate towards it for a minute, hold on to it, and make it become a part of your experience. Right? Y'all see what I'm saying with this? It's real crazy. It's bugged out. It doesn't make sense. And I'm going to go a little further. Look at the BBLs. I'm not anti-plastic surgery, but it looked a little strange when I saw everybody with the same bodies. And I was like, now, humans don't have the same bodies. We have different genetic coding. We look different. But they were taught this is what attracts the guys. You know, that's a whole nother conversation, how women were taught to do these things to attract the guys, right? But they were taught that this is fly, this is it, this is what you should do. So the women did it. Now they taking them out because it ain't fly no more. See what I'm saying? It takes me back to that time I got a triple fat goose coat when I was young. Yo, if you don't know what a triple fat goose is, it's a sauna in the winter. Okay, that coat was crazy. It was goose feathers from the top to the bottom. I got a triple fat goose. I want to look like everybody else at one time. I got tired of it. I'm trying to look like everybody else. I was hot. Okay, and I was like, this ain't it. This ain't the coat for me. And my mother was like, you're not gonna wear that coat? It's just too hot. I can't wear the coat. How are these people walking around in this coat, right? But we're taught too much that our authentic selves is not enough. And I think people hide it. So they create these fake, false facades. And they make it their reality, and they think that that's really them, and it's not really them. Right? It's somebody else. It's somebody else's opinion. It's somebody else's idea of what they should be. So I guess it is hard at every age when you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You know. Look, I like me. I ain't never gonna stop liking me. Once I got to understand how cool Keena is, I was like, nah, I gotta be myself. And if you don't like it, you better go kick rocks with an open toe sandal. I really don't care. Like, it's not gonna work. And I have a plethora of examples of how people would just try to test the kid and be like, oh, you need to do this with your hair. I like my hair. It grew out my head. It's my hair, right? I didn't ask you for your opinion, and it really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I'll let you know your opinion is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Like, you're just wasting your breath, literally. Like, because I like my hair, even like the nails. I like acrylic. It's beautiful. I like gel. It's beautiful. But I also like my natural nail. Well, does that mean tomorrow I might get acrylic next week? I don't know. I don't foresee it, but I might. You like what you like. I like what I like. I remember I was talking to this guy, and he always questioned my nails. Never offered to pay. Always questioned my nails. I'm like, why do you keep talking about my nails? You sound stupid at this point. Look, I'm like that. I'll tell you. You sound stupid at this point. You mentioned it last week. You mentioned it before. You sound dumb. I like me. You can't change me. It's called self-esteem, right? You ain't give it to me, so you can't take it from me. Okay? There's nothing wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with you, right? Authentic friends, they're going to be hard to find. I figured that out. I said, oh, well. It's going to be hard to find. I mean, that's okay. But I'm still chilling. I'm chilling with myself. But until then, I don't want to be bothered. I just don't. I'll keep chilling the way that I've been chilling, because I can't have a fake conversation. I can't talk to somebody who just want to be nosy. I just can't do the fake stuff. It just doesn't work and never worked for me. Right? All right. So on that note, I'm pushing this out in a few minutes. I want to thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for the comment. I truly appreciate you. I won't be gone so long. I will be back. So let me stop this recording. I want to get this out today. Thank you again. Thank you for watching. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.